We live?
Oh, we on deck. All right, bet. And we are
Welcome.
Welcome back to the Free Jazz Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in for episode 179.
179.
Listen, we're nearing that 200 mark, man. And it's exciting. It's exciting to prove consistency to ourselves.
Yo, it's round the corner of 200s.
Yes, sir.
We're almost there.
Thing is, 21 more episodes is damn near a whole half a year, but that's all right. We don't got to talk about that.
But listen, by the way time's moving, it's going to be here, bro.
That's a fact. Bro. By the way time's moving, it's about to be 4th of July already.
This is the last episode of 2025.
Oh, shit.
The last episode of 2025.
Oh, we didn't even get to do a year-end wrap-up. We got something to talk about.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Cool. Wait, what's 7 days from now? Today's what, the 28th? So that means it's going to be like
or something
January
like that?
1st, January 4th by the time
Something
we get
like
back
that,
on camera. All right, we'll figure it out. Anyway.
Nah, we can do something this week. We can do that.
Yeah. Nighttime stream. Let's do this.
Let's do it. So, guys, we missed last week. I know y'all missed us, but we got a lot to talk about this week.
I mean, yeah, a whole lot to talk about. Like, I know you've been seeing all the headlines. You got 21 Savage saying "fuck the streets."
Oh.
Ice Spice shows up naked to a Nickelodeon premiere. It's a lot going on.
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see that?
Nah, not
you didn't get to see the Ice Spice fit?
Nah.
Oh shit, coochie out, all that. She went crazy. but she's from the Bronx, so
I mean that's
and she's Dominican from the Bronx.
6'7".
Yeah,
This
it's
is
one of those.
yeah.
What do you expect? You know what I'm saying? Don't invite Guys Spice if you don't want to see no coochie. I'm sorry.
That's dead crazy.
I mean, while we're talking about it, so I want you to Google the outfit real quick. Google the outfit because I want to see your reaction to it. Ice Spice has been in the headlines last week. She got a lot of backlash for the way she pulled up dressed to the Nickelodeon the SpongeBob movie premiere. Now, if you don't know, she's actually one of the characters in the movie, and she got the orange afro in the movie, all that. She got songs on the soundtrack, so she's important to this movie. You know what I mean? She's not just a random celebrity that just showed up to just be a rapper that's in tune with the kids. No, she's in the movie. So I know you just read the Googles. I want to hear your thoughts on this Ice Spice outfit for the SpongeBob.
It's unfortunate, man. No decorum anymore. None at all. Listen, it's for the kids. Like, listen, there's a time and place for everything.
There is a time and place for everything.
There's a time and place for everything, but like no decorum, no class. Like we talking about, nah, seriously.
It's like a white dress. You could literally see her entire
ass. Yeah, it's like one stripe.
She's wearing a thong. Basically.
Yo, like
she's basically wearing a thong and like a transparent, like white see-through thing.
That's like that's not something you want any kids to see. It shouldn't be anything you want kids to see you in.
Yeah, like read the room, gang.
Promote, like
read the room.
No decorum, no professionalism.
This ain't Magic Mike, bitch. This is SpongeBob.
Yo, SpongeBob, yo, right? You
like,
feel me? Like
you showed up to this shit mad horny. What are you doing? Like, put some shit on. Somebody tell her to put some fucking essential sweats on.
It's. I didn't even see it until I just saw it.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah,
it's the Bronx.
Yeah, you got to add the Bronx tax. Yeah, you got to add
Bronx
that in.
Tax.
You got to add that Bronx tax into any situation.
Yeah, it come with grabber. That's a fact. That's a good point.
But yeah, I did see this new SpongeBob movie, and you know me.
I'm gonna go see that shit as soon as
I know you.
I'm more excited about that than my own birthday. I don't give a fuck about nothing else this year until I go watch the SpongeBob. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know she was in it. Who was she? Sandy?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay,
I think she's her own character. Has an orange afro and all that. I don't know if their name is gonna be Ice or whatever. It should be Isis. Yep.
But yo,
hey, listen, man. If there's one person that she's one of the most popular artists among kids, like that, it is what it is. Like, respectfully, she's huge. Like, don't forget she was on.
Absolutely.
She was on Northwest, Kanye's daughter.
Yeah, she was on
Live. She's with Kim K. She's with Taylor Swift. Ice Spice is a little different level. So it's just inappropriate, to be honest. I think she really is a little airheaded for that. Like, I think. She just didn't read the room. I don't think she gave a fuck and didn't realize, also she has no kids, so maybe all that didn't help her really realize this isn't the best idea. But there's also a team of people that are around her, and they all said, "Go ahead, Ice, show up like that."
Or she just said, "I'm wearing this. I don't care what y'all said."
Yeah, that no. Anybody with even a bit of brains would have told her, put some clothes on, girl. Like that's not it. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? But not tear her down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we're not tearing her down.
Everybody got to go. Look, Janet Jackson titty came out during the Super Bowl. Right? That was an accident. This was on purpose. Not the point. The point is sometimes. Kids are gonna see some shit we really didn't mean for them to see, and it's unfortunate, like you said. But
speaking
it's not the end of the world.
Speaking of the titty gate.
Oh shit, Tittygate.
Remember the Tittygate?
Of course. What do you mean? I was Tittygate.
That was.
What do you mean?
That moment right there is the reason why we have YouTube today.
Really? Actually, I did hear something like that. Yeah, Janet Jackson's titty is
the creators of YouTube were like, wow, I wish there was a site where I could see those clips or I could see that. Yeah, yo. And it was all,
Remember YouTube when that shit first came out was out of pocket? You could watch the fucking Kim K sex tape on YouTube.
Literally.
Like,
no, literally.
YouTube used to have every and anything. They didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Fights, knockouts, stabbings, shootings, anything you want. You name it. They had it on YouTube.
You name it.
Yeah. Now you can't do shit.
But
you can't say the wrong word on YouTube. Your shit'll get taken down.
It's really crazy when you look at how when something is introduced in society and gets so entrenched, like we can't see ourselves without it. Yeah. Like for example, I believe YouTube came out in 06, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
It's not even 20 years old.
Yeah. That's crazy.
YouTube's not even 20 years old.
That's crazy.
And every fiber of existence of our society is YouTube. Like, it's not even.
That is crazy when you think about it. I was just thinking about that. I forgot what the fuck did I see Netflix doing the other day? I just seen Netflix. Netflix has just been slowly conquering the world, and I'm like, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
because Blockbuster, they had a dream. And you know what that shit happened? You know what happened? Netflix not only destroyed that shit, but they went and integrated themselves in every part of the fucking world. They running boxing. They're running live events. These niggas got the NFL on Christmas. What's happening? Netflix really fronted. Yes. Like they shitted. God bless. They shitted on everybody.
Like I was telling you before, now we're in a digressive position. Before it was new. It was intuitive. It was ad free.
It was $7.99.
But
now it's $43.
As soon as you get you get into a market. You get into a market, introduce a new idea to it. Once you get most of the market share, you are the market. Now you can do whatever you want. You see that? You literally like
Hulu hanging on for dear life.
Bro,
please make us relevant.
But see, Hulu was bought by Disney now. It's all a conglomerate. They'll all end up eating each other at the same point, and it'll all being like we see today, a digressive situation where now everything else, it used to be an alternative to cable TV. Now it's becoming cable TV. It's all backwards. It's all backwards.
Yep.
And speaking of Netflix, did you see the Netflix deal with the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne?
What the fuck? What the? Oh shit!
Charlamagne just got 200 M's, bro.
What?
Charlamagne just got 200 M's from Netflix.
That's a fact?
Yes, that's a fact.
Wait, The Breakfast Club or Charlamagne?
Charlamagne.
That's crazy.
Charlamagne.
Do what?
But the Breakfast Club got a deal, but Charlamagne's the main.
Oh, I know what it is. He's probably the same way he used to run over like the whole podcast shit and iHeartRadio. He probably runs that on Netflix.
So I think they're gonna be doing like Breakfast Club type stuff, new stuff on to Netflix. But you see how Netflix is slowly, or streaming services slowly taking over everything.
Yeah.
And like you said, even live events, live sports. And it's ironic because last episode we talked about Ebro in the morning show and Hot 97, how that was discontinued.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw Ebro had responded to the Charlamagne deal. Mm-hmm. He was basically saying how Charlamagne was willing to do stuff he wouldn't do. He called him the Stephen A. of the media, of the hip hop media world. Yeah.
And basically saying he's shooking and jiving.
Yeah, that's what he's basically saying. He was willing to do stuff that I wasn't willing to do. Like I said, he called himself. He called him the Stephen A.
Yeah, people who don't know, Stephen A. makes $30 million a year to be on TV. He's making more than most players on the Celtics right now, and all he do is talk about sports. Hey, listen, whatever dance he had to do, please show me the dance, show me the choreography.
He's making wide receiver
I'm
one
ready
money.
To go.
He's making wide receiver one money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's making the same money as T. Higgins.
He does literally.
And don't got to risk one concussion. What are you talking about?
Not one. All you got to do is talk crazy.
Yeah, like what? That's fucking crazy.
But I want to know your thoughts on the deal. Speaking of Neff, I want to know your thoughts on the deal and the thoughts on Ebro's response.
So I want to actually find out the intricacies. I don't have my phone right now, but I want to see the intricacies of what that $200 million deal, because that sounds like it's way bigger than just the Breakfast Club for sure. Like the Breakfast Club is great, but he's part of a group. So, hey, listen. Shout out to him. Listen, Charlamagne, the guy, needs to be studied for like really doing a 180 turnaround in the culture, becoming who he's becoming. He's like spearheading this positivity movement in so many different directions, from the mental health standpoint to the pro-black standpoint to the just pro positive in pushing anybody forward that he that he connects to. Like, I've seen the way he shows love to academics, the way he shows love to there's so many people to name. I don't want to just put up names, but he shows a lot of love to people that are on the come up. A lot of YouTubers. He's shouting them out. He shouts out artists. Like, and from somebody to come from what is it, Munts Point, South Carolina, wherever he's from, the middle of a dirt road, to get the $200 million deal.
5 years, $200 million.
$40 million a year? He's making Jamal Chase money?
He's making Jamal Chase money.
Like, yo, I can't say nothing but congratulations. Like, yo, listen, Charlotte, whatever you did, do it some more. Goddamn. You know what I'm saying? This is also, people gotta forget, Charlamagne used to be like the most controversial, hated person on the radio.
He used to talk, but he used to say anything.
Yeah, like, yeah. He used to talk crazy. He used to sniff bitches' chairs after they get up out the seat. Like, he was a fucking weirdo. But it was for all for entertainment purposes, if you ask me. And he dialed it back, and he really focused on this new Charlamagne that we've seen the last, like, 5-10 years. And it's really dope to see that, wow, like, you can get to $200 million for just talking your shit.
So, part of the iHeartMedia deal, we're going to start seeing The Breakfast Club on Netflix starting the new year.
Yeah, that's crazy, because y'all know Ebro is in that house punching
air. Hot. He's hot. And
him, Rosenberg are punching air.
Yes. And Ebro's stance is it being a political thing while he was sabotaged, but he was also not well liked at all.
Nobody liked him. His views said nobody likes you, bro.
But not
the
even
views say it. It's different. Go ahead.
And no. But even artists from New York, like even artists from New York, when they talk about this, they're like,
it's all self-sabotage. He did it to himself. His opinions, his old like gatekeeping attitude always like was in the way, and it's like everybody's dancing on his proverbial tombstone. Everybody's like, fuck Ebro. We're all excited, and people are smoking Ebro pack on the internet. And it's kind of fucked up that there's so much disdain for him, but he did it to himself. And, it's just, timing is everything. You get fired from Hot 97, a week later, Charlamagne signs for $200 million. Sorry to tell you, but it's a clear sign that you're not part of what people are deeming to be valuable no more. You're not. People don't give a fuck about your opinion. Like I said, hey man, they'll have the same person on Breakfast Club. They have the same person on Hot 97. Hot 97 might do 40K views. Breakfast Club would do 789,000 views. And it's just, we want to hear the Breakfast Club's opinion. It'll be the exact same topic. We'd rather hear them talk about it. Even if DJ Emmy's gonna say the same shit, we'd rather hear them talk about it than hear them talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
And we can see how Breakfast Club, Charlamagne, Envy, they were able to adapt and appeal to the newer generation.
Yeah.
And Ebro prided himself on not doing that.
Yeah.
So now you get aged out as you get older. The people who listen to you are older. The younger is still listening to your competitor who's been popping since you were popping. So it was time for him to. It was time.
Yeah,
it was time. It was time. If you ask me.
Yeah, and also Breakfast Club does a good job doing like having just hilarious on there. Lauren LaRosa, like
yes.
they have a comedian like Just Hilarious. Lauren LaRosa, who's super savvy in the media, and she's super knowledgeable about almost everything. Like, you could tell she takes her time really doing research, and she's a true journalist.
I like that Breakfast Club, they ask questions that people want to know the answer to. And I think that's what good journalism is. That's what good media personality does. Is when you're sitting down in an interview with somebody, the person's PR team wants you to ask all the right questions,
right?
Make them look good. But the people watching the interview, people tuning in, they want to know what's going on at the time. If there's some type of controversy, whatever the case may be. That's the elephant. Yes, that's the elephant in the room where some media personalities will talk about the album that you got coming out, good old times. But everybody's like, wait, but what about this elephant that's in the room?
Yeah, what happened to that gun charge you caught last week?
Yeah, and I think good journalism, they do their history and their research on the person that they're interviewing, and they'll ask the questions that everybody wants to know the answer to. I think the Breakfast Club, for the most part, does a pretty good job at that.
I want to see what podcasting on Netflix is going to look like, because obviously it has to have a big visual component. But I'm excited to see it. But I'm also wary. I don't get too excited when I hear about these big numbers, because I seen when Spotify did this about 5-6 years ago, and they dialed that shit back quick. They realized, we spazzed. We gave Joe Rogan $200 million. The Call Her Daddy podcast ladies, I don't even know how much they got. They done gave academics $10 million. Listen, then they realized we ain't make shit back. Them niggas is in the red from that. Okay, Spotify is in turmoil forever from that shit. Okay, they trying to dig themselves out that hole. So we're gonna see because that Netflix bag is a little different.
And that Netflix bag is a little different, and it's a little different because this is a small segment of Netflix's huge category and, how they get money. You know what I mean? This is only a small.
Mind you, there's like a billion different Netflixes because if you go to a different country, you go to different places, different locations. Even in this country, sometimes you'll find different Netflix.
Yeah, you'll find and the prices, the rates are different. If you change your VPN to certain, you might get certain shows that you might not get here.
For sure you will. Yeah, if you change your location, for sure. And I mean, speaking of Netflix, we didn't even get to talk about it, but did you get to watch the Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight? You invested time to actually watch it?
I watched it.
How upset were you that you watched it?
I think, like I said originally, this was when Jake Paul and Tank Davis were supposed to fight.
Right.
That didn't happen. I said it then. I think that sentiment is horrible for boxing, and we see the ramifications of an event like that. It's horrible for the sport.
Yeah,
and then a lot of people in the comments coming at me, well, they get money out, you hating, whatever. And no, it's not about that. It's about the art of the sport and diluting it based off views, diluting it based off money. And I think on a long term, it's a hard. That was
the worst shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, bro, literally.
And I only watched the highlights.
Literally, and I won money off of that too.
You won money?
Yeah.
Fuck did you bet on?
Joshua TKO within 6 rounds. In the 6th round, he went down. I put 15 on it. I won like nothing crazy, like $90.
That's crazy because I was gonna take that bet. I would have put way more than that. I would put like 100 on that.
Yeah, I only put 15 on it, but it cashed though. It cashed though, but that was the worst fight I've ever seen. It was a bunch of running, but
it wasn't a fight.
I will say this:
it was a Hollywood play. It was a fucking Broadway show.
He kept falling, running, ducking. Like it bad for the sport. Bad for the continuity of the sport.
Yeah,
it's
pointless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pointless as fuck. Not gonna lie.
But they made off like bandits. But the audience is left like, what is this? What I just watched?
Bro.
So like I said, I think it's horrible for the sport, the outlook of that. Not to say I respect Jake Paul for getting in the ring. He came a long way. And at first, nobody even took him seriously at all in this boxing realm. He was a YouTuber that was like, wow, you trying to box? Like, you sit down. But his perseverance and drive and grind got him to this level, got him to this point. Shouldn't have never been in the ring, but I got to respect to that. Got to respect to his perseverance.
Yeah,
should never been in the ring. It was disrespectful, the fact that this was even a fight to set up, the fact that it made so much money, but it was the worst fight I've ever seen.
It wasn't a fight. Honestly, it was clearly a situation where they told Anthony Joshua, "Yo, let's give people something to watch. So just give them some time." If you watch from the highlights, Joshua was just sitting around like trying not to throw punches.
Yo, did you see?
He was just standing around trying not to throw punches, like because he knew if he lets these shits go, he's going to sleep within seconds.
Did you see his face?
Who, Anthony Joshua?
No, Jake Paul.
What do you mean? Like after
his face after the fight?
I mean, he broke his jaw in two different parts.
Did you see it?
No.
Bro,
I gotta see his face.
No, you have to. No.
He looked like Martin after Tommy Lawrence whipped his ass?
Worse. Bro, he
looked
like he got the mumps.
Yo, bro, listen. Breaking a jaw in 2 different places is crazy.
Nah, you have to see
for
this.
$92 million, allegedly they say Jake Paul made $92 million off that fight. All right, now for $92 million, I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm willing to get my jaw shattered. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna be able to eat nothing but Slim Fast.
Yeah, I'll fight. I'll get in the ring with anybody
for $92 million.
I'll get in the ring with anybody. You think
Tyson Fury? Anybody, huh?
I'll get in the ring with Tyson Fury.
Like you're probably not gonna wake up the same.
Sign a contract.
Nah, I bet. Marv, $92 million. You getting your shit broke? Marv's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not podcasting.
I'm doing that. 100%. $92 million. I don't.
You don't give a fuck, huh? I gotta see this picture. Oh shit,
bro! Scroll over. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It got devious. Yeah.
Oh, can I see that?
Nah.
Yo, the boy's face. First of all,
bro.
That one side of his face is completely blue. Like blue. Like what's that movie that with Mr. D? What the fuck was that movie?
Mr. Deeds.
Is it Mr. Deeds? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, when he jumped in the pool. Yeah.
Sure. All I know is that motherfucker is blue. That's crazy. But yeah, that's what's gonna happen. He's lucky to be alive. If you want me to be honest with you, because if Anthony Joshua wanted to quite literally kill him, he could have.
But also, did you see Andrew Tate also lost the fight the same day?
I'm not watching nothing Andrew Tate. I don't give a fuck.
I didn't watch it, but I'm just saying. But everybody's talking about it. So everybody's talking about Andrew Tate. He ended up fighting this guy who he wasn't really considered a top tier type of fighter, and he ended up getting his ass whooped. And it's just hilarious because the internet has been going crazy over the fact that he got his ass whooped.
Yeah,
and,
I mean the internet hates the manosphere of things. So.
Yeah, but listen, but of course, but yes, and he's like the godfather of the manosphere.
Yeah,
and of course his reply is, this wasn't a loss, talking about the money he made, blah blah blah, whatever. And then people pulling up old clips of him and saying, "You have to win or you lose. There's no excuse." So like that's the point we're making. And the point we're making is the point the internet was making is it's okay to lose. It's okay. You're gonna stumble sometimes, but when you create a whole online persona of that you have to be perfect all the time, that you can't lose, that there's no excuses. And now you're over here trying to make excuses. Everybody's on him. Everybody is flaming Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
and I'm here for it.
Listen, man. Andrew Tate, good luck. I don't know what the fuck he got going on, but I could care less about him. Jake, praying for you. Get better, bro. That boy looked like Kanye after that fucking car accident, son. That is crazy. That picture is crazy.
He looked like Ed and Eddie with the jawbreakers.
Yeah, bro. Literally, he had that's crazy, bro.
But like I said, I think that whole now I'm okay in a situation if it's celebrity on celebrity boxing type situation.
Jake should do that.
That is okay, but as far as professional boxing, when you have any type of this situation, it's horrible for the sport. It's hard. Like, it was. I think it was embarrassing for the sport of boxing.
No, it was though.
Absolutely embarrassment. Absolutely. The ref was kept like, yo, what are we doing? These people didn't come to see it. Didn't pay to see this. Like the ref was going crazy. He's like, yo, what are you doing? What are we doing? He kept falling like. Just not. He
couldn't help the falling. His equilibrium was thrown off. That motherfucker couldn't stand right. He probably punched this nigga eardrum so hard he can't balance. Like, bro, that's not a normal person to get hit by. People gotta understand, bro. Dude is 6'5", 240 pounds.
Yeah, that's a big.
244 pounds. That's what he came in the ring at. He really walk around at 260 something. Like, that's not a cool fight, bro. You're gonna go in there and die.
But like I think
literally, and that was Anthony Joshua hitting him at like 80% maybe. Probably less because he didn't need to because he knows I'm not trying to hurt this man.
And that's also the issue. I think that when it comes to, especially in a professional situation, you either trying or you're not trying. It's I think that's the equivalent to if in another professional setting, let's say it was an NBA situation where not necessarily the all-star game where people are not trying to get hurt, but where people act like it's important and you see nobody's out there trying, or in football or something else, or track and field where I'm really not trying. Like when you're talking about the highest level profession, you want to see the highest level of professionalism. You want to see the best against the best. You want to see people trying and doing their best, not just a money grab. And this was just a money grab, and I think it was a bad outlook on boxing.
Nah, yeah, for sure. They say you can't play boxing. You got there's
either you box or you don't.
You fight.
Yeah,
that's it.
You gotta
fight, and it's
you don't.
clear as day that wasn't a fight. But I mean, moving on, because we don't have to harp on that too much. We all know what that was. That was crazy. WWE shit was trash. Nothing to talk about. Next topic.
I know you've seen the 21 Savage After Streets movement. You see some artists getting behind it. Lucci was getting behind it. You see
a whole lot of people.
Pooh Shiesty getting behind it. You see Thug getting behind it.
After Streets.
And then you see another side of it saying, you see the boozy side of it. You see the Blueface side of things.
Honeycomb Brazy. A whole lot of people. A lot of people were having strong reactions to the After Streets comments.
So, first of all, I want to know your thoughts about the entire situation, about that entire movement and the people in that movement, and what's your thoughts on the whole type of situation.
Overall, there's two sides of the way I feel about it. Overall, of course, fuck the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the sidewalk for a reason. Get out the streets, yeah, for sure. But the other part of me is like, you motherfuckers. This that shit. This is why I've been saying fuck the streets. Because this shit is a facade, bro. It's a facade. Second, it's convenient for you to say fuck the streets and discontinue. All of a sudden, it's fuck the streets. You know what? Go for it. Like I seen that coming from a million miles away, and it is what it is because we seen this movie play out 100 times, bro. Everything's all good and it's all gang, and it's all free to homie and free this and free that until you're stupid motherfucker in jail, and now it's free me, and now it's fuck the streets. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't much to say. I get it. I 100% support the Fuck the Streets movement. I just, I gotta laugh at the characters that are screaming and shit because these are the same guys. That was just, I shoot at your mommy house. Now he don't mention me. But now it's Fuck the Streets. You know what? Okay. I want to hear your thoughts on it.
So I think that right at 21 was going on a rant. He was talking about how you knew Gunna wasn't like that when he told the first time.
That was crazy. That was a crazy statement. That was a crazy statement. You knew he wasn't like that when we let it slide when he told the first time. It's the wildest shit ever.
And then apparently he had issues with Future. They were on FaceTime together. I didn't even know he was beefing apparently.
Who, 21 Savage and Future?
I never knew that. But then he had Offset and Quavo on FaceTime together. And seems like they were reconciling some differences they might have. I don't know if it's for the blogs or whatever, but here's my take on everything. I think that this is a move of convenience. This is somebody, 21, who a week before his album dropped, was just in an interview talking about how he told Gunna, he was telling Gunna that he told that, and explaining the reason why he told. And then when you drop your project and it's underwhelming compared to the numbers you were expecting, now it's the F the Streets movement. I think it is a movement of convenience for these guys. I think the real winner of this is Gunna. Gunna really won. Because Gunna has said nothing.
Nothing still.
And he's been going crazy, everything he's dropped.
Yeah.
And then you have Thug, you have 21, whose projects, as far as numbers wise and to what they're capable of, was pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
And it seemed to be a division in this thing. And the only one that's really won is Gunna, because he hasn't said a word this whole time. So I think the two things can be true. I think we're living in a world where two things are true. One, the movement is a good movement about growth, and two, it's a movement about convenience for them. Mm-hmm. And you gotta and I feel like there's no turning back. Once you cross that line, there's no going back. I don't think you can say something like this, then go back to the streets or go back talking in the way that you guys were talking when the streets is the one who made you guys. You made your name from the streets. Everybody knows you from the streets. Your
name is 21 Savage.
You created this rap persona in Young Thug.
And Thug, right.
And you created this rap persona from the streets. Now, as far as the movement is concerned, I am 100% okay with the movement. Now, when the F the streets is not saying F the streets, it's the F the environment. It's supposed to be a gradual. You're supposed to always elevate. And the streets are a situation where the people that actually live in the streets, we know there's only two places you're gonna go. It's either death or in jail. You can at some point your luck is gonna run out. Let's be real about the situation. And a lot of people that are in the streets, they do what they have to do based on the situation that they're in. It's about leveling up at some point. It's about saying two things can also be true. This is what I had to do to get to this point, but I'm not going to emulate. I'm not going to what do I want to say? I'm not going to glorify what I had to do in order to get to this place. So two things can be true. Just because you had to do what you had to do to get to a certain place doesn't mean you have to embellish. Doesn't mean you have to entrench yourself in that situation. Yeah. It's okay to say this is what I had to do and saying that now I'm trying to be better, I'm trying to graduate. And at the end of the day, I think that that's what everybody should be doing. I don't think that you should be promoting something, especially when you don't have to promote something that you wouldn't want your own children living a lifestyle of. Mm-hmm. So I think that F the Streets movement should be about elevation, but I don't think it should just be a chant. It should be action behind it. It can't just be a motto. Is there any action behind it? Because it's easy to say that living in your mansion in Calabasas. F the streets. It's easy for you to say that living in Calabasas. It's easy. You don't have to answer. When you move zip codes and you have 7 figures in your bank account, it's easy to say the F the streets. But are you creating an avenue for the people that are currently in the streets that want to be a part of that movement? Because like I said, a lot of people in the streets, those are people about perseverance. They'll do whatever they can off the situation that they were put in. But are you creating an alternative for those people so they have another avenue? So that's my thing. I think that, one, it's convenient for them to say this at the time when you're not doing so well. Two, that the streets are the ones that made you? And 3, are you creating another avenue for people that are currently in the streets in order so they can say that? So that's my stance on it. And there's no going back. Once you make this statement, I don't think there's ever circling back.
I mean, truth be told, once you become famous and rich, there is no turning back. You can't just go back to the streets. You can't go kick on a block. You can't go drill no more. You can't go sell on crack.
I'm talking about. But it's convenient for people or millionaires to say F the streets.
Yeah.
But I think if you're not creating an avenue for the people that are currently in the streets in order to elevate, then I think it's all for nothing. It's easy to say, look at the streets made a lot of careers, but guess what? It also broke a lot of careers. It also everybody. It created all this, like 21 Savage said. His response was, I'm talking about the trauma. It created so much trauma, a situation that created so much trauma. But unless you're trying to elevate the people that are currently experiencing that trauma, I think it's just a motto, and I think it's bullshit. It's easy to say that from the outside in. Yeah. So that's my thing. Let's see if they actually do something about it.
Yeah, because the whole it takes people growing up and going through real tough situations to realize like, oh, none of this was worth it.
No, bro,
none of this was worth it.
Listen,
and if you divide up all that illegal street money, you divide it up by how much time you about to spend in jail, you realize I'm working for minimum wage. I'm working for minimum wage. What good is stacking $20,000 this year off crack money if I gotta spend $40 on a lawyer to beat this case and spend the next 6 years in jail? It don't make no sense.
I 1,000% agree.
I basically saved $3,000 a year at that point, and to lose 40 on a fucking law, it really makes no sense. And you know what? That's why I dig the fuck the streets movement, because they're right. You realize how not worth it is, how close to losing your freedom and everything you ever knew, and how many people die behind this shit. And it might hit you now, like you said, now that it's a little bit more convenient. But it also, it's important to preach fuck the streets to the kids, because these are who the kids are listening to. Pay attention to and look up to. So
I 1,000% agree, but I feel like if both of their albums was their best selling album, they wouldn't be saying it. They wouldn't be saying this. 100%.
Maybe.
I absolutely. Like I said, 1 week you go from 1 week talking about, I was talking to Gunner while he was snitching, the next week is After Streets after your first week sales comes out. It's just the timing of everything. And the thing about the streets, it's hard to see the forest from the trees. When you're in the situation, I always talk about environment a lot and opportunities, because it makes a difference. When you're growing up in an environment with not a lot of opportunities, which education is horrible, and you see the people that are doing well for themselves are all in the streets, what are you going to gravitate towards? It's 1 + 1, and what are you going to gravitate towards? Do they have any other role models to look up to? Most of the time, not. Do they have any guidance? Most of the time, not. So most of the time, people are in the environment and they create and they react to, or they create situations based on their environment. And at some point, like I said, there's some point you have to have an elevation mindset, or else you'll be caught in that little kid mindset forever. And then you'll be 50, 60 years old talking about you in the streets.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. If you still ain't fucking pay attention to the movie and realize that this shit's always gonna end bad, then that's on you. Have fun. Good luck in the streets. And other news. Fuck them motherfuckers. I'm sorry, but my level of patience and giving a fuck about anything hood related is so slim at this point, where I'm just I'm like, man, y'all out of y'all fucking minds. Y'all go ahead. And you know what I'm watching a lot recently? I'm watching a lot of these cop YouTube channels, and it's like live, like
like live PD?
Yeah, shit like that, exactly. It's like what's that shit called? The camera that they wear?
I know what you're talking about. Body cam footage, dash cam footage. Man, it's some of the wildest shit. I'm like, in 2025, motherfuckers still B&Es, home invasions, all of that shit. Bro. Like, people are still doing shit like this to quote unquote survive. And it's really disgusting, to be honest. And it makes me upset when I think about it. And it's like, I don't want to hear you talking about fuck the streets after you go to jail. I don't want to hear you. I don't even want to see you niggas turn Muslim no more. I don't want to see that shit. When you go to jail, guess what? Lock the fuck in. All right? It's part of what you signed up for. Endure that shit like everybody else that came before you. It's a rite of passage. Treat it like graduation. You did it. You fucking made it. You made it exactly where you wanted to be. Don't start crying now. I don't want to hear that shit.
Do the time. Shut the fuck up.
I disagree with that sentiment.
Which sentiment? Which part?
That you don't want to hear people saying F the streets who were part of the streets or turning Muslim. I think that no matter what situation there is, that people can always elevate and be a better person, better themselves. And who would have say F the streets than somebody doing 25? They're the perfect person to say F the streets because they're a living testimony of F the streets. So I think that person can have a bigger impact than somebody who's not from the streets talking about F the streets. Yeah, that person can have a big impact.
I'm not talking about the motherfucker who already did the 25. I'm talking about the motherfucker that just got in there that's crying, talking about the conditions are bad. It's cold in here. There's no food. Shut up. Shut up.
You know what it's about. You signed up for it.
Shut up. That's how I be feeling. When I watch Live PD and I start seeing motherfuckers get in that interrogation room and start crying, I be like, shut up. You just killed 3 people in cold blood. Shut up. Nobody want to hear that shit. Nobody, I put that on God and for the love of God. Stop. Stop it. Don't bring God, Jesus, Allah, nobody into your shit. They don't got nothing to do with this.
Buddha don't got nothing to do with your actions.
When y'all got in that car and decided to slide, they had nothing to do with it. I don't want to hear that shit now. I don't want to hear that shit. Maybe in 20 years we'll feel bad for you after you done turned 60 or whatever the fuck. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. So that's why when I be seeing street dudes and I'm like, yo, I'm so glad that my life went a different direction than where I almost thought I wanted it to be, but I was just being dumb.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And you realize, like, yo, everybody's just fucking dumb.
Yes.
Because if you had a choice between working fucking construction and making $100,000, $140,000 a year, or selling fucking crack to save your first $10,000, and you really understood that, oh, I could probably save $10,000 just working this construction job in 6 months and not go to jail. Oh shit! Guess what? You could probably raise some kids. You might be able to get an apartment. You might be able to get a car note. Like, you might be able to live a regular life. But instead, I'd rather do this street shit, man. Let's go set these drugs, go pull these scans, go do some robberies. Like, you're a fucking loser. I'm sorry to tell you. Like, and if that hasn't hit you yet, you're probably really young. But, like, once you get over 30 and you still in this shit for real, like, I just gotta look at you like with a different level of like concern. Like, okay, like you fake slow, like it's cool. You might be on the spectrum. Like, you just not, you don't get it. You're not there all the way. Like, so when I see people like Honeycomb Brazy, who's like in his 30s, and Boosie and all that, like, don't get me wrong, I love Boosie, but like there's certain things that I just have to laugh off and understand, like, it's entertainment for me. It's just sad because somebody's really gonna follow that lead.
But he's that ass though.
That's what I'm saying. Some people are really gonna follow it. To me, I know, like you always say, separate the entertainment from the bullshit. Know what you're really looking at. Know where you're getting your education from. I know I can look at Boosie and just laugh and still respect who he is as an artist, and Absolutely. Certain things that he does and says I can still respect. But then when he gets behind his,
I got it. It's just
the in love with the street shit, and I just gotta look like, damn, man. There's kids who are really gonna follow that stupid ass shit.
Absolutely.
And go right down that stupid ass path. And I realize this is the same motherfucker that almost got sentenced to death.
Yeah.
For like multiple murders. I don't know, but you know, I get upset when I start thinking about street. That's all. I get very upset because it's very misleading. It's very wrong. It's just fucking dumb. And it's no winning ever.
And me, I get upset from a different perspective when talking about the situations a lot of these people come from and how the situation is manufactured, and how, did you know that many private prison companies have sued many states because some of them have a minimum as far as occupancy for their prisons.
Oh, that was fucking weird,
bro.
Sounds like we have a quota.
There is a quota. Right. A lot of them have 80% quotas. 80%.
It needs to be 80% filled. This is crazy.
So you have to think about that from the capitalistic standpoint. It's profitable to keep these people in poverty. It's profitable to keep these people in positions where a high level crime situation. It's profitable to underfund the schools. It's profitable for them not to have a lot of meaningful or easy access to a lot of different avenues. It's profitable to throw drugs in these streets. It's possible to funnel guns in these streets. That's who you have to look. You have to look at it as. A lot of these private prisons, like I said, some of them have sued certain states for occupancy issues, and guess who pays for per seat? We do. So we're in a country. We have so many homeless veterans on the streets. We have so many homeless people on the streets. More homeless people than houses. we won't mess with them. You can't get anything from the government, but commit a crime and we'll pay for everything.
Damn.
Commit a crime and we'll pay for everything. You can free betting.
Yo, you just fucked my head up with that.
It's all think about it.
Yo, he just said some shit. Like I don't know if y'all caught that in there. That was crazy.
Commit a crime, guess what? We have free lodging, free foods, free meals.
We teach you how to cut hair. You want to learn French, you can get a GED.
Free labor, we'll pay you $1 a day.
Oh,
what do you think?
Shit.
It's all part of the system.
Damn, yo.
They profitize criminality. They profitize poverty.
Is profitize a word? I feel like you made that up.
No, I definitely made
all right, cool. I'm like,
it just sounded cool.
It sounded right, though.
It just sounded
cool.
But
I had to spell it in my head. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen that phonetically.
But it's all part of the system. We'll never get out of our situation because the system's not designed for us to get out of our situation.
Yo, bro, you just fucked my head up with that one.
Commit crimes, guess what? We'll pay for everything.
Speaking of fuck my head up with that one, yo, bro, did you watch Dave Chappelle's new special?
Oh, no, I did not. I saw clips.
Oh, my God, please,
I'm bugging. I know, I'm bugging. Bro. I got to get on it.
Fuck the laughs, bro. See, one thing I love about Dave Chappelle, I mean, stand-up in general, stand-up has a hell of a way of, like, I always say stand-up is a good way to, like, put a mirror to your face. Like, what stand-up a lot of times does, it reflects what's going on right now or what's going on in the world, period. And it might not be in your world, but you listen to different comedians with different perspectives and you get to really hear some shit and they break it down in ways that make you laugh a little, but also make you go, that's interesting. That's smart. And yo, bro, Dave really did something with this one, bro. Like,
I saw
beyond it was funny, bro. The story he told, and I know you'd really appreciate it. I don't know if you're familiar with the story of Jack Johnson. You know who Jack Johnson is?
Of course I know the story of Jack Johnson.
All right, cool. So
I don't know what version he tells, but I know the story of Jack Johnson.
I mean, the general story of Jack Johnson, first black heavyweight champion of the world. He's a boxer, by the way, heavyweight champion of the world. I mean, you got to go into it. I don't want to like summarize it too fast, but I mean, it's just, bro. He tells a hell of a story. He breaks down Stevie Wonder's contributions to American culture, and
that's why you were talking about when Stevie Wonder wasn't number one. I'm like, yo, bro, you don't even know Stevie. Like,
yeah, you're right. I don't know Stevie.
You feel me?
I'm still not going for that.
Nah, bro, you're bugging.
I'm still not going for that.
But keep going.
And I just think everybody needs to watch, bro. Every time I watch Dave, bro, it's just like it's
wait, hold your thought. So people don't know who Jack Johnson is. Jack Johnson was a heavyweight champion in the early 1900s. He was black, and
1908.
Jack Johnson was actually who King Kong was inspired by, because he used to love white women. And what's about what did King Kong do? Break away from the jungle, go to New York City, climb the Empire State Building, and snatch a white woman.
Yep.
And not only that, Jack Johnson is also the one who was partially responsible for the FBI moving in the way they do now, because he used to carry white women across state lines. They didn't have any jurisdiction when you cross state lines. So guess what? Now you need a federal investigation in order to be able to track his movement state lines. Because he was a heavyweight, he was black heavyweight boxer champion who loved white women.
Let me. I mean, now we're already this deep into it. So pretty much the way Dave was explaining this shit, he breaks it down, and he's like, Jack Johnson was the first black heavyweight champion because he was afforded the opportunity to fight the current heavyweight champion because that dude was Canadian. His name was Tommy Burns, if I'm not mistaken. Tommy Burns, Canadian boxer. He was like, I'm the heavyweight champion of the world, not of white men. So line them up, basically. I'm paraphrasing. He was like, line up whoever y'all want to fight. All right. Now, Tommy Burns is also the shortest heavyweight champion of the to ever win the title, and Jack Johnson was probably like 6'2"ish. Like he wasn't too tall, but compared to him, he was a giant. So when they fought, of course, Jack Johnson whoops his ass. All right, and not only does Jack Johnson whoop his ass, it's the first time you get to see a black man beat up a white man. And it's funny because as the footage, as the fight is being shown, the footage actually cuts off at Jack Johnson's last big punch as Tommy Burns is hitting the floor because they didn't want to have any visuals of a white man getting knocked out by a black dude.
Can't do that.
Cool. So after that, they lined up. For 7 years straight, they kept lining up what they would call the phrase "the Great White Hope" came from this era of boxing.
I knew that.
Where they would line up. For 7 years straight, I think he had 17 different opponents that they made him fight. And also, this is a time where boxing wasn't regulated with rounds. They literally fought 20, 30, 40 rounds. His last fight, he fought 45 rounds, bro. Like, 45 rounds. Like, you're going to die in there. They didn't give a... There's no 12-minute... What's a 12 rounds? 36 minutes? Are you kidding me? These motherfuckers fought till nobody stood up. So when y'all don't stand up, y'all fighting. Bet. So, long story short, they would line up all these potential great white fighters, and Jack Johnson used to break them down one by one. So in the midst of all this, like you said, it didn't help that he was super flashy. He was super fly with it. He was articulate as a motherfucker, which, 1908, they ain't like that. You big, black, and articulate, we don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't help that he would leave the stadium with the W and his white wife. And, it wasn't until, I forget the exact year, but the FBI had created the Mann Act. And the Mann Act is pretty much what you were saying, where it's actually, the Mann Act is specifically where you can't transport women from, you can't transport people for the purposes of basically debauchery, which is like sex and bullshit. You can't move from one state to another. And long story short, man, Diddy, all right? The same shit Diddy went to jail for is exactly what the fuck they invented for Jack Johnson, because he was running around fucing all these white bitches. They were like,
across state lines.
Across state lines. So the same shit Diddy went to jail for is the exact same shit they had Jack Johnson, that Jack Johnson was wanted for. And he actually went on the run and disappeared to France for a minute, and he was fighting over there because he didn't want to go to jail over here. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like a really dope. I'm paraphrasing the whole thing because I don't want to give it all away.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, you definitely gotta watch it.
Absolutely,
because it's mind blowing.
You know how I get that.
It's just it's just a dope ass breakdown of how he breaks it down, and it'll really fuck your head up because you realize like, oh, and even the title of the special makes you realize like, it's called The Unstoppable Nigga Act. So if you start putting pieces together, you realize how this is all gonna turn into the world we're living in today.
Dave Chappelle is my favorite comedian for a lot of different reasons.
I wouldn't say he's my favorite, but he's definitely in the GOAT category.
For a lot of different reasons, and you got to realize this is a man that turned down $50 million, who literally left. He had one of the biggest shows airing on TV at the time because it's based off principles. Anybody that can do that, I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm a huge fan of. Dave is one of them ones. But I mean, yo, bro, you really got to go listen and just watch that shit and. Realize as you watch it, you realize, oh man, I can't explain it.
No, I'm watching
magical. That's all I can say. It was fucking magical. It was a fucking, bruh. Go watch that. Anyway, what was you gonna say?
I was saying, speaking of Diddy, did you see that 50 Cent got in it with the Let's Talk About Rap crew?
Oh yeah, Mano, Davies, Fabulous, and Jim Jones.
And Jim Jones. So I don't know if you saw what was going down, but
yeah.
They criticized 50 for the Diddy documentary. And then 50, 50 will never, always got to clap back. He basically made a post saying how that you guys talking, that they had some type of rent due, now that they're basically squatters. And then the whole crew came out with a diss track about 50 talking about squatters' rights. Did you see that? Fab was talking crazy.
Fab body that. They were all doing. They did it all to classic 50 Cent beats too.
Nah, they was talking that. They was talking crazy. So I don't know if you got a chance to
I got a chance to
follow all that.
Hey, listen, man. 50. I've been the biggest fan for a long time, but you've crossed into that bitch ass nigga category for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I see that.
I don't know. It's just something about drama-filled people.
Always, yeah.
That just always struck me wrong. Like I remember when Meek and Drake started beefing, I didn't like either one of them at that point. I was like, I don't like this. This is weird. Y'all just being weird. Y'all was just buddy. Now you snitching and talking about he got ghostwriters, and now I didn't like it. And you know what? 50 is right down that path. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna get emotional. I'm gonna make a documentary and just belittle one of the biggest people in our culture, and that's cool. Like I understand he deserves it. That's cool. I get it. But you made it your job, and I think you're weird for that.
I think that 50's definitely somebody. He is Mr. Gossip.
Yeah,
all the time. He's
like every time 50 gets into some shit, I realize that's why he got shot 9 times, because he was this. But he's been this the whole time. But you had to boom his ass because he was fucking annoying.
But as far as the documentary is concerned, listen, I can't. I don't know exactly what transpired between them two, so I can't say anything. I don't have an opinion on him being a part of that, because I don't really have an opinion. I don't know what happened between them two, and if I just can't have an opinion until I know actually exactly what happened between them two. But I understand what the crew was saying, and they dropped the fire ass freestyles.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all for nothing because 50 not gonna give them the response they want.
No, he gonna troll. You know how he
does. Exactly.
Come cryptic post or whatever, some meme or something. But did you see that Kai Cenat and Gigi, his girlfriend, broke up, and it was a whole big situation?
I saw the headlines, but honestly, I don't know who Gigi is.
I don't either.
I barely know Kai Cenat.
I don't know who Gigi is. I know who Kai is, but everyone was like, "Damn!" Right after Christmas, of course you're gonna get them presents and do this. But apparently, they're saying allegedly that she cheated on Kai with YB, allegedly with YoungBoy, allegedly, and apparently some Duke Dennis, you know who Duke Dennis is, he was saying that he was basically saying, bro, you need to check her phone or whatever. That there was rumors going around she was cheating. None of this has been confirmed or anything.
Of course she's going to cheat.
And then
acting like a 14-year-old on camera all day.
And then Kai came out and says, yeah, I'm single. I don't think I'm ever getting in a relationship again. And then she's going to respond like, I'm the one who broke up with him. I think it's crazy how people are trying to paint a narrative now. I've never touched that guy or never talking about YoungBoy or whatever, and she claims Kai of trying to paint a narrative. And it's just crazy because Kai was the one at the YB concert crying. And apparently and allegedly like I said, I'm not saying it's true.
It be like that.
And Kai said, I'm never getting in a relationship again. And somebody like Kai Cenat's standpoint, it's hard when you're on top like that to just meet somebody. You know what I mean? Once you're at that level, with that pinnacle of success, it's hard to just meet somebody, especially because industry's so small or whatever, and situations like that. So I want to know your thoughts. I don't know if you ever saw it or you have any thoughts on it.
Kai's just going through whatever young man goes through eventually. Like, you got to go through your big first heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? It's obviously it's blown to exponential proportions because who he is, and it's so big and so famous, and you're talking about potentially getting his bitch fucked by a nigga with herpes. Like, it's a lot going on, but it is what it is. It's part of life, Kai. You be all right. All right,
and
stop acting like you're 14. All right, once you get out of that, maybe you can keep a bitch, but bitch is gonna look at you like you sweet, bro. You sweet. You seem like a kid. You act like a kid.
And people,
I don't know what your vibe is off camera, but you're on camera all day, so there is no off camera.
There's no off camera.
If that's your vibe, like, I can see why a bitch gonna have to cheat on you. She wanna fuck with a nigga that feels like a grown man. You're like a little kid all day. You're crept up in the basement with your friends all day. And, like, that's not hate, but I'm just looking from, like, if I was, I'm just looking like, when I look at Kai, I look at a child. Yes. Even though he's, like, 24, I'm looking at a child. Like, that's how I feel when I see Kai. Like, I'm looking at a kid. And, I'm sure girls feel the same way. And eventually, women, all that money and that shit is cute. Like, whatever, girl might find him attractive, but at the end of the day, like, bitch want a man. Like, she want a grown-ass man. And you're not giving that ever. So,
and apparently,
of course she's gonna cheat. That's what I'm saying.
There was a compilation of her talking about Kai not being her type, or explaining her type that Kai didn't fit into.
Right.
And then talking about she's happy with the lifestyle she has, but it seemed like she was caught up with the lifestyle. And it's hard because I don't think when you're at the level of Kai Cenat's success that you'll ever really know if you fuck with somebody and they really like you for you. Yeah. I don't think he's at a situation he'll never know. And for example, just like in the past with the Travis Hunter situation, everybody was clowning, getting on Travis Hunter. He should break up with her or whatever. But you got to realize, this is the Heisman Trophy winner, probably the most famous college football player, high draft pick coming out. He's at the level now where she was here. She was there from the beginning. Like, if he were to leave her and date someone new, he'll never know if she really fucks with him for who he is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, once you get to a certain level, like I remember LeBron talking about, there was an interview talking about the situation with him and Savannah at some point was rocky, but he said, I don't want to die alone. Because let's say LeBron gets back on the market. How does LeBron ever know that somebody's going to be fucking with him just because she likes him or just because he's LeBron? Mm-hmm. So I feel like once you reach a certain level, it's hard, especially if you don't know the person already.
Yeah. And I mean, I do want to. You mentioned LeBron. I wanted to dive a little bit into sports because I know you seen your man's DK just throw the season away, right? Your man's DK Metcalf, yeah, our guy from that team in Western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh Steelers. Yo, you want to talk about a fucking idiot?
Well, your DK was wild. Yo,
DeQuillian Metcalf, you're a fucking idiot, dog.
I thought it was a Kalen.
The Kalen,
it's the Kalen.
Whatever the fuck your name is. He's a fucking idiot. Like, I feel, yo, bro, when I saw that shit, I couldn't believe what I was looking at.
And apparently, because of that, he voided his $40 million guarantee.
Let's talk about it. All right, so people who don't know what we're talking about, DK Metcalf, star wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, was in the middle of an NFL football game. In the middle of the game, end of the second half, he's at the line. They're playing versus the Detroit Lions, and you know, just like any other sporting event, you got fans. The fans get a little crazy. The fans start talking crazy, and apparently, DK heard the most egregious shit in the world that made him DK. Making damn near $40 million a year. I think he made like $35 million a year. He walked over to the sideline, grabs the fan, punches him in the face, and walks back into the game. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What are you doing? What are you doing? When I see it live, I'm like,
yeah, exactly. When I see, they were like, we don't know what just happened, but we're sure they're going to show that on replay. DK Metcalf just got into a situation with a fan on the sideline. And I'm like, what just happened? Then they play it, and I'm like, wait, he just did that live? I see what they did to Mike Vick for throwing up 2 middle fingers.
In 4K.
You just walked up over there and decked this nigga?
On 4K. Grabbed it by the hair, because he had blue hair at the time. Grabbed it by the blue hair.
Mind you, people don't know, DK is Jack Johnson, okay? He's 6'4", 235 pounds, the most athletic motherfucker in the NFL, arguably.
Yeah.
The biggest motherfucker. The last nigga you want to see coming at you in full pads, about to deck you in your shit. He walks over there, hits this guy, walks away. Boom. Now, what happens to DK? 2-game suspension. Has to drop 2 game checks. He's losing like over $500,000 alone in fines. He's got a $500,000 fine. That's nothing. 2 game checks without pay. You're making $35 million a year. What's that? $2 million a game?
Something like that.
In 17 games, it's literally $2 million a game. 2 point something. 2.0.
He's making $500,000 a quarter.
So you just lost $4.5 million alone, and that's the next 2 weeks. Then, like you just said, he voided a part of his contract that guaranteed an extra $45 million that was due to him. But part of that contract says you can't be suspended for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't think at all. And of course, now you get suspended, you're losing $45 million potentially in guaranteed money, and you just lost about damn near $5 million over the next 2 weeks. And your team's in position to win the division. Right. All they got to do is win out.
They got to win today.
All they got to do is win today, and they're automatically in. But now DK's not going to be in for the next 2 games, and he's their best offensive weapon for the most part.
Yeah.
And I want to hear your thoughts on that as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, as a football fan, somebody who has experience playing in hostile environments. You know, you've been around it, so I want to hear your thoughts.
So I will say, technically, his contract is voided for the guarantees, but it's up to the Steelers. I don't think they'll actually void his guarantees. But
they might not, but they can.
But they could. But if they wanted to, they could just go like this.
They can say, "Fuck your $45 million."
I think it's an unfortunate situation. DK claims that the dude said a racial slur, but witnesses are saying he didn't say it, which adds another layer to it.
We're gonna get into that in about a second.
That adds another layer to it. It's just you gotta keep your cool, man. Talking to these fans. These fans are who they are. They're fans. They'll do anything to get under your skin. And that fan won. That fan won at the end of the day. He got under your skin. He got a 2-game suspension from you. He won at the end of the day. And now he's talking about he's looking at all different matters as far as defamation or whatever. He tell me I called you a slur. So now it can blow up into something bigger. But he just got to be better, man. I think overall he's had a really good season, and this is the first time that anything has come up like this. But you gotta be smart in this. Bro.
There's a couple of things I want to make sure I understand. DK, I need you to understand something. If that didn't happen in an NFL game, you'd be in jail.
Yeah, that's true.
If you did that in the street, guess what? That guy has the right to kill you right now. Try that shit in Texas. Try that shit out. He was in Michigan, right? Try that shit at the bar in Michigan. See what don't happen. Try that shit. Try that shit. Fuck $1 million fines.
But
you will get your shit shot
at the same time. At the same time,
like you will get fucking boomed for that.
If it wasn't in that setting, that fan wouldn't have said nothing to him.
Of course not.
So,
of course not. But
if we at the bar,
it's like, yo, did you not hear the 70,000 people in the arena when you decided to take your helmet, walk over there, and punch somebody on camera? Like, what kind of airheaded, retarded shit are you on, gang? You don't make $100,000 a year. You make $40 million. That's enough of a reason to let whatever slide. I ain't gonna lie.
But listen,
whatever slide.
Hey.
If niggas ain't physically harming you or your family, there is absolutely nothing that can be said. You can say, fuck whoever's dead in my family. I'm not risking $40 million a year. I'm sorry. Especially, you know how much time it takes to walk from the fucking field to the sideline?
Yeah.
You thought about that the whole time. You beelined over there like, I'm about to snuff this nigga. It took him at least 5-10 seconds, I'm assuming. I'm about to snuff this nigga. You know what's going on in your head for 5 seconds straight? I'm snuffing this nigga. Then you walked over there and you dead snuffed him. Like, you're an idiot. Like, you're a fucking idiot.
But he won. He goes home to Normani every night. He won.
I don't even know who Normani is. But
she's a singer.
Sure. Doesn't matter. He's a fucking idiot, bro.
I agree. I agree.
It's really upsetting to see that shit, bro. Because you know what else, too, right? You know how that looks, right? The angry black man. Yeah, look, he can't control his anger.
I know. You know exactly how it looks.
Look, the 6'4". Look at him. Oh, my God, he's so big, black, and scary.
It's angry nigger.
He comes over. Oh, my God, he walked over there and punched the fan. And guess what? They're not in the wrong, because that's literally what just happened.
Yeah.
You just proved that right.
At NFL, they not playing that.
You just showed, $40 million a year means nothing to this angry black guy. He's willing to go throw it all away. And that shit right there is like, bruh.
What are we doing here?
What do we do? Come on, bro. I'm really disappointed. Well, I'm just really disappointed, bro. Because, like, come on, dog. Like, come on, bro. That's nothing's worth that. You don't lose $40 million over a punch, dog. Like, it's so upsetting, bro.
Very, very upsetting. But if they clinch the division today, then we don't gotta worry. Then it'll just be it'll be 2 day. Well, he already lost the money.
Well, I just wanted to say
2 day vacation.
The boom mics in that stadium pick up everything. The security rechecked the footage. They rechecked the recordings. Not one racial thing was said. Nothing that violates the code of conduct in the stadium was said, and that was proven already. The dude's lawyers came out. Best part is the dude he snuffed. He's a season ticket holder. They have a history. Him and DK have a history. They've had arguments on sidelines before at different games when DK was on the Seahawks. And the dude owns a law firm. So guess who got a great legal team? That motherfucker that has season tickets, sideline season tickets. You know how rich this dude probably is?
That was the best day of his life.
Exactly.
Best day of his fucking life.
Let a motherfucker with $40 million a year punch me. See if I don't be richer than him by next week. Like, what? And then the worst part is Unc and Ocho get on Nightcap and start saying that the dude definitely had to say something. They didn't say the words allegedly. They didn't say we heard from sources. They didn't say nothing. They said the dude had to have said something for DK to react like that. And guess what? That's defamation.
Yeah.
Because he has all the proof in the world that he didn't say that. He has witnesses that say he didn't say anything like that. And guess what? Now Unc and Ocho's stupid asses is about to get sued, and they about to get ripped a new asshole. Because the same thing happened with a lady a couple months back, and they had to settle out of court. That people don't hear about it because they settled out of court. But that woman got a nice little paycheck off that. Because they said something about, I forgot what her situation was, but I think they said she got caught cheating at the game with her boy, some weird shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
That story, and she was like, I'm not even married. What are you talking about? I didn't get caught cheating. And that shit looked bad because she was like a non-profit representative for a company that she runs in like somewhere in like Alabama or some shit, where like she's a prominent figure in her community, and now you got her looking like a woman that does what's the when you cheat on your there's a legal term for when you cheat on somebody? Is that
infidelity?
Infidelity, right. Now you got, so guess what? I'm suing. Well, guess what? You just called me a racist. You just said I did all this and that warranted me getting punched in the face. I'm suing. Uncle Doncho, y'all cutting that check.
Yeah.
Like, this dude won.
He won.
He fucking won.
Whatever. Apparently he called him by his first name. The
Kalen. The Kalen.
I forgot his middle name, but yeah, he like that.
The fucking Kalen. DK.
Hopefully, we'll see what comes up.
Yeah.
At the end of this, but apparently, I don't think it's gonna go away for DK. This situation's not going away.
Bro, we gonna see how the Pittsburgh Steelers react because, like you said, the season's almost over, so they don't want to overreact right now. But I don't know.
If they win the day, they win the division.
We gonna hope for the best.
Let's see. Let's see what happens.
I know we running short on time, so I don't want to. If I get into another topic, we gonna be here for another 10 minutes.
I was gonna bring up another topic, but I don't think we got the time for that. So this has been Free Gems, episode 179.
Episode 179. Listen, we gotta do a wrap up one of these nights. We gotta do a wrap up before.
Let's do it. Yes.
Before Wednesday, I think that's the first. We gotta figure something out.
Let's do it
so that we can at least, I want to do like an end of the year wrap up video where we talk about the most important headlines, maybe whatever moments, this and that. But we gonna put something together.
Bro, you let me know.
Yes, sir.
I'll make it happen.
Yes,
feel me?
But on that note, I gotta go watch the SpongeBob movie. My son is out there waiting on me, so I'ma holla at y'all. We gone. Free Gems Podcast, episode 179. Tell a friend. We gone.